Welcome everybody to the Poke Battle Network. Today we're going to be doing a look at Brown Ballers Pillar Cup tournament run. He had a practice tournament over at Flash for Everyone, and of course the battlers came a-swinging, and it was so much fun to watch all these battlers pick their teams of 6 out of the 78 Pokemon that we were given to play with. Now with the new move updates, some added Pokemon were there. The first time we looked at this meta, we saw Starmie and Bibarel get added because of that new boost that they got with the Psy-Wave on Starmie and the rollout on Bibarel. As we see here, Brown Baller showing us a fun team of 6, including Starmie. You got Clodsire, Jumpluff, Shadow, Alolan Raticate, who he's really high up on, for Ralligator Shadow, and the Shadow Galarian Weezing. Now, this team is really a great team build. I like it as a first rough draft. You've got some spamminess in those Hydro Cannon, Brutal Swing users down at the bottom. Plus, you've got tinkiness on the Jumpluff and the Raticate and the Clodsire. And I talked about that in the live stream I did as our first look, that the tank might actually play really well for people because it'll be something to soak up while you get some of these spammy charge move Pokemon to get those shields from their opponents. So we'll see how Brown Baller wants to play that out with this Pokemon, as we're going to see that he is up against Jester 1498. We've seen him so many times in the Flash for Everyone scene. Why not see him again? We'll take a look at his team in just a second, as we're going to get into the first matchup of Clodsire into this Typhlosion. Now, Typhlosion beats this in the one shield with Incinerate because it can get that Blast Burn off, so it has to land the Blast Burn. Getting his first shield, Typhlosion is going to go for the charge move. Is it the Blast Burn? Yes. Brown Baller gives up the shield and gets that shield, gets that right call. The Stone Edge, though, is correctly called by Jester. Right back at you. So the bait game didn't really work. Here it is. Blast Burn again. It's not going to be the Thunder Punch, which is great on Feraligatr, but this is not good, as the Volt Switcher doesn't care if you have a shield or not, because Volt Switch is going to put some great pressure down on the Feraligatr and this Starmie. Making a catch on the Feraligatr. We'll see what the charge move is. It's a Rock Tomb. Going to debuff Feraligatr. Will he get it in time? And no, onto another Rock Tomb. Brown Baller continuing to save his shield onto the Starmie, who's closer to some damage. Gets that Volt Switch user off because that charge, that fast move is so appalling. Starmie is going to throw the Surf, and here comes the next Surf. Is it enough? It is, but it's the Thunder Shocking Stunfisk. Now we've seen Stunfisk get Thunder Shock added to its moveset, and Thunder Shock got a boost in this Duel of Destiny. So very interesting to see how it played out there, as it was real good damage. That was real anti-water. As we're looking at Jester's team, and he has a whole lot of anti-water that kind of asks for you to bring the water Pokemon, right? Stunfisk and Typhlosion, both weak against water, but both have moves that hurt water Pokemon, so forcing those water Pokemon to bring shields. As much as water wants to be here, we've got the ever-loving Galarian Weezing Shadow version coming with the Hyper Beam, and boom! Oh my goodness! The Hyper Beam came out of left, folks. That was a big takedown of Tapu Fini. Not expecting that. Here comes back out the Raticate and gives up the shield on the Brutal Swing too. So a great play there. He's going to get another Brutal Swing and do some chip damage, and the Fairy Winds are going to go through. Will he shield this? No. He will not, because he knows there's that, whoa, that awful Pokemon of Fortress in the back. So he's going to bring in his Clodsire. Hyper Beam returned. What's happening here? It's beams galore. Volt Switch again doesn't care if you have 2 shields or not for Feraligatr. It's going to be throwing its charge moves, as a Rock Tomb debuffs that Hydro Cannon. That looked like it was not CAP. So here comes another shield. There goes another Volt Switch in the middle of the Volt Switch. He gets that second Hydro. Will it be enough? Debuffed? No. Now he's in the red. Get it? Oh! The debuffs so good that the Volt Switches took down for Alligator, giving the Rock Tomb right over, and that's debuffed now on a Stone Edge for that Clodsire. Here comes the Raticate. Can he get the Sludge Bomb in time? And he can. Taking out the Raticate and getting this matchup 1-1. Again, we are looking at a great team by Jester, putting the Waters off on the back, saying, bring them. If you're going to bring that spammer, I'm here for it. I've got Pokemon that can put the shield down and take you out too. Returns Hyper Beam on Hyper Beam, and now makes the lead catch with Stunfisk onto that G-Weezing and throwing away immediately right into that Raticate. Thundershock goes for the discharge, and the discharge was pretty decent. Thundershock built up a crunch now. Won't know if we debuffed it or not. But we're going straight for a second crunch right away on that Bug Steel typing. Now, it's not going to be not effective. It is still going to do almost 50% of the health because of that Shadow Boost. The Volt Switch, the Rock Tombs, Raticate, Alolan style, going down. Remember, there was a Stunfisk in the back with energy, so he's got to over-farm here. Going to give up a shield because there is a ground typing on this fortress. Gets the shield and makes the right call with the Earthquake. Another Volt Switch goes through, keeping him alive. Doesn't shield the Brutal Swing, and now it comes back to the Stunfisk, who's got one charge move ready to go, we know. And there's so much energy on this Galarian Weezing. Will it be enough to get the shield? No. Can't even get the first shield off. Can he get the second shield here? He's got two Brutal Swings. No, he does not. And the G-Fisk, the Stunfisk is gone. Typhlosion's magically appeared out of left there. The Stunfisk was hit. The Brutal Swing was such a hard slap to the face. The switch happened so fast, and here comes Typhlosion. We're going to see what Blast Burn does. Unshielded over 50%, almost 70% of this Clodsire's health. Sludge Bomb does it. No shield, still a shield on this Stunfisk, and there's still plenty of health because Poison Jab does nothing, or Poison Sting does nothing to this ground typing. So Jester will take this matchup here. Great plays all around by both battlers. It looked like Jester had the upper hand playing against these water Pokemon, which was what Brown had a lot of. There was also great play against that G-Weezing and that Clodsire in that Stunfisk. And those two are some big hitters here. One being the only almost number 1 or 2 with the tankiness and the fact that it's got Sludge Bomb, Sludge Bomb, Stone Edge, or Earthquake, or Mega Horn if you want to go crazy in the Clodsire, which some people I wouldn't be surprised to run Mudshot. Experts might tell you to veer away from that. I'll tell you to play your playstyle, because if you see a lot of G-Weezings, right, Mudshot will be nice and you can get some damage done. But you won't generate the energy, so it's just all about where you want to play that. That being said, people are going to be playing with this Stunfisk, it looks like, because that Thunder Shock was so good. And Fortress put up a wonderful play here for Jester as it gets him a 2-1 and gets him the first battle in this Pillar Cup practice. Brown Baller is going to now go into round 2. We're going to see if he can recover and if we can adjust to this new meta. Okay, it is round 2. Looking at our opponent, Zach Daniels, rocking Goodra, Jellicent, Greedent, Licky, that Shadow Typhlosion, and Malamar. We'll find out what Brown Baller wants to do. I really like the play here by Zach Daniels, bringing out the Jellicent. I think that'll be a wonderful play. Bubble does a little more energy generation now, so you can maybe have some fun putting some extra charge or fast move pressure down on the ground Pokemon or on these mud Pokemon. But we'll have to find out what Brown does here, as he's going to lead with the Raticate. And right into that Pokemon too. He loves this Raticate. And there it is, the Malamar coming out. We'll see if Malamar wants to debuff itself. Is he going to? He goes and he debuffs itself right away, and he's going for the Hyper Beam. Why not, right? Malamar might feel real popular. Boom, the Hyper Beam gets shielded. Look at what those quick attacks are doing, and makes a beautiful catch right onto the G-Weezing, which now has double debuffed Malamar, putting himself in a terrible position to just get farmed down. Another debuff debuff there as well. And another superpower brings G-Weezing to the deep yellow. But with all the energy now, G-Weezing with his own Hyper Beam takes Licky Licky down to about 30%. And the brutal swing in Pokemon is here to stay as Jellicent comes out. We'll see if the bubbles are doing anything. It is Hex, not bubbles. So generating that energy a lot faster on this Jellicent. That's great move. That's great information there. Means this Raticate feels super safe in this matchup. And here it comes a Surf. Gonna do about half the health, but here comes that Crunch. Got the shield from the brutal swing, so now brings out the Crunch. And against Zach Daniels' teams, this double dark combo seems pretty safe and will get you that good neutral damage, especially if you can spam it out from some tanky Pokemon, which this Raticate seems to be doing. The last Crunch will take out that Licky Licky, and there goes Zach Daniels' first round. Getting into the second battle now. I don't think Daniels brings out Goodra. I think we feel really safe with the double dark that Raticate does. And we are, as ABB brings out Jumpluff, and it is the rock throw-in Licky Licky. Now, again, Licky Licky's rock throw is super effective against that flying typing, so he got out at a nice time, and here comes that neutral damage. Unless it's Mud Shot on this Greedent, that G-Weezing feels super safe against most of Daniel's team. We'll find out if he recognizes that and has to bring on some hard counters and brings that Greedent with Mud Shot. But here comes another Crunch by this Raticate, which has been doing really well, taking the damage, getting the debuff. Let's go. Those quick attacks will be doing extra damage now. Bye. And now with that, see, it says super effective, but these Fairy Winds will be extra damage because of the debuff defense. The Body Slam goes through, building up extra energy, finally getting a second Aerial Ace, but can't throw it in time. Shadow Ball. Ooh, that does about a quarter of the Jumpluff's health, taking it to the mid-yellow. And finally, this Licky Licky is off the tables. 2 shields of G-Weezing in the back. And again, if it's not, it will be Goodra. Okay. I see you. We see you, Goodra. You've got Thunder Punch, you got Aqua Tail. Those are good spam moves. You're not shadow typing, so that's great. But here comes those brutal swings, and they are shadow boosted. And you only have 1 shield. So, that's some good damage with the super effective Fairy Winds. He's going to give up that second shield, and now he's got 2 charge moves on his Pokemon ready to go for this Typhlosion, which doesn't really have good defensive numbers. If he gets this shield, he may be able to get to that Hyper Beam. He got the shield. He makes the swap. And oh my goodness, a Thunder Punch R2. This grass typing, that is huge. And without letting the damage process of the Incinerate, can get to a second. Not in time. But the CAP goes to the Brown Baller, to the Zach Daniels Typhlosion. That's a tough one. So Zach Daniels marries it up 1-1. That Typhlosion, that Goodra put some good pressure down. I don't think Jumpluff looks safe here. Think you have to sit that Jumpluff. Then I think he'd probably bring in Clodsire. Maybe for Alligator. Brings in that Clodsire right there on that Goodra. Goodra again has the Aqua Tail, but you've got these Sludge Bombs and these Stone Edges on that Clodsire. So it's going to put some good pressure down to get that shield from Goodra. Aqua Tail goes first, super effective. Will it be super effective enough for it to get a shield? No, and the Goodra's down to half the health. Those Dragon Breath really putting down the pressure. Simul Catch, and that's not what you want because it is double dark in the back. That Jellicent is so pressuring, and yet it is always getting caught with these Raticates. I feel like Dark is going to be a great presence there with Malamar as well. I don't think that Ghost is going to be able to play unless you're bringing in your Ghost Dark typing of Spiritomb. Raticate getting to another crunch. This might be able to take out the Jelly. Look at how much damage that did. And defense drop. Quick attack takes it out just in time to go for a Hyper Fang. Holy moly, this is going to be a big one. Boom, gets the shield. Alcimo swap as well. And he's so feeling that. We all know it's coming. This Hyper Beam right to this Typhlosion that's locked here. Beat me last game, will you, Typhlosion? Beamed right out of the sky as a brutal swing's ready to go. He's got his final shield, gonna give it as the Aqua Tail CAP will not go through. And here comes the final charge move, giving Brown his second win in this matchup and the first win of this tournament. That was a great team play by Zach Daniels, adjusting with the dragon fast move to use against the charge against these dark typing. But the problem was Brown Baller recognized that Jump Pluff wasn't the way and brought back the Clodsire tank. Again, Clodsire being able to soak up even super effective moves is such a good Pokemon in this meta because it won't take shields, where you see these Raticates, these Galarian Weezings forcing shields, Typhlosions forcing shields. A great play here all around by these battlers, and this is some great insight on the Pillar Cup. Let's get into round 3, as there is going to be a four-way tie here at the end, where almost everybody goes 2-1. All right, we're here for the third and final battle against Grimsons, who brought Azu, Clodsire, Jumpluff, Shadow Drapion, Licky, and that Stunfisk. Now, again, folks, I'm going to advocate that you build yourself an Azumarill. It's one of the best Pokemon out there. It's one of the safest Pokemon in all of these grassroots metas. So I'm here for the Azu. But the problem with the Azu is he's got a Clodsire with Sludge Bomb to worry about. We'll find out if he does worry about that Clodsire with Sludge Bomb. Brown Baller should probably feel really good about his lineup right now, as he's going to get the Drapion right into the Raticate of Alolan, and both of them are Shadow, so these quick attacks are going to do a little more damage where these poison jabs aren't. And look at the Aqua Tail, not even in the L yet. There we go. Get to the crunch now, and with a few more taps, that Drapion will have another Aqua Tail. We saw how much pressure these water Pokemon felt against this Stunfisk in round 1 with Jester. We'll find out if Brown Baller brings any more for in these next battles. Not doing it in this one here, bringing the Clodsire, the Jumpluff, and the Galarian Weezing. Maybe even trying to draw out this Pokemon. He's up a shield, so building up the energies is a great play here, allowing this to go down. And because it's a hard wall, he can feel it that a battler will want to bring out this ground Pokemon. No, doesn't bring it. So now he feels maybe he doesn't have this ground Pokemon in there, and it's a Clodsire that comes through and takes the Hyper Beam. Over 50%, probably 62% of the health gone. The first shield of Brown Baller, and he gets to the Stone Edge shield. Now he's got two brutal swings. Boom, almost taking down this Clodsire. Oh, gets the CAP. It looked like this might be the final shield, which would be huge. No, immediate swaps, and there's the wow. A great call by Grims to feel that there was going to be a water Pokemon in the back and not giving it away, trying to counter what Brown was doing, trying to draw out that Stunfisk, not G-Fisk, regular Unova Stunfisk. But now he's got to deal with the Jumpluff. Discharge isn't going to do it. Mud Bombs aren't going to do it. The Energy Ball coming through. Do they have a Pokemon in the back? There's a shield, and it's just these two Pokemon left. And he gets to the brutal swing. Thundershock might be putting on that damage, but not enough with 1 HP and a dream for Brown Baller. Whew, that was intense. Grimsons made the right plays on that team build. An ABB lineup where the two ground Pokemon were in the back. He made sure to bring the Clodsire out instead of that instead of that Stunfisk. But it was Brown Baller who out IQ'd him, bringing Jumpluff in the back. And again, so it does look like he learned not to bring all the water Pokemon. And again, Clodsire is now meeting this wonderful Drapion. Drapion's going to get the shield, thinking it was the Earthquake. Here comes another Stone Edge and almost to an Earthquake, Aqua Tail. Gets it, not going to shield it. We'll find out what he wants to do. Boom. Gonna build up and goes for the second one. Cool. So there wasn't lag or anything there. We're back to normal. Blam. Double Aqua Tail takes it out as no shields comes, and it's Raticate. So now it's Raticate. It's not G-Weezing in the back. We've seen the Clodsire. We tried to maybe draw it out with Brown Baller's thought process. Didn't draw out that Unifisk. So now it's the Hyper Fang coming through on this Drapion. We'll see what the second and third Pokemon is. His own Jumpluff. Great adjustment here by Grims. Great adjustment. The Crunch is going to go through. The defense drop happens. Will he give up the shield for the Jumpluff? Yes, he's giving up the shield, keeping Raticate alive. He thinks, he feels it is that Stunfisk in the back, and he is correct. It is the Stunfisk again, and boy, howdy, is he not going to be happy as Unova Stunfisk is going to have to see this Jumpluff. Brown Ballers jumping for joy. IQ out of this world. It's over 9,000 on this play here. That was a great call here. This Grimson has a wonderful team. So what does he do? He's going to bring back the Jumpluff. Is it Acrobatics? It's Aerial Ace, and I do recommend the Aerial Ace on your Jumpluffs, just because you can spam it off faster and get them off. I don't recommend Acrobatics unless you feel you're going to see a lot of Jumpluffs. But here comes the Raticates. You're going to see a lot of these Pokemon. Maybe you'll want to use Dazzling Gleam, maybe if it becomes a real dark meta. But with Stunfisk out there, Jumpluff playing, Brown made the great call. Woo! That was a good. He did right. He knew what he was doing, and he's gonna lead the Feraligatr into it. He's like, I need my waters to come back out. My waters, I need them. Thinking that he wasn't gonna lead Drapion, but Drapion comes through again. Great call. Shadow Feraligatrs. Hydro Cannon. Excuse yourself. And gets to the Aqua Tail in time. No shielding. Great call because we know how to count here. Brown knows what he's counting. And here comes look at the damage that Thundershock is doing. That's like mighty good damage. That's like counter. Back in the day, counter damage. Here comes a shield. Again, he thinks he can get to the next charge move. He can. And it's a swap. Is it his own opponent's Jumpluff? No, it's a shield. Oh, it wasn't a swap. I apologize. Looked like a swap. But here comes the Raticate coming out onto this Stunfisk now. Mud Bomb comes through. Mud Bomb goes off. Here comes the Crunch. The Shadow Boost. The damage coming off. Brown Baller feeling good. No defense drop, though. You know what? For the makeup of his last tournament where the defense dropped on him almost every time in the crit practice, this was a real good tournament for him. No drop of defense there. So a great job. And now it's Clodsire. And if he gets the defense drop here, it's going to be over. Because one, you're getting that crunch damage, which is enough for the Earthquake. And two, you get into the Earthquake damage. But here's the thing, he doesn't have Earthquake, so Stone Edge has to do it. Here comes the Stone Edge. Here it comes. And with the debuff, doesn't even do much. Did the opponent give up thinking it was over? Probably. Not recognizing that he doesn't have Earthquake. Looks like there's a little lag. But yeah, this is frozen. Oh, no. Okay. The farm down. There we go. There it is. All right. All right. He doesn't have Earthquake. So the upside to not having Earthquake was the bait plays he was able to make and all of that. The good side about having Earthquake is the mirror matchups, and trust that the Clodsire mirror matchups will be a thing. So that's going to wrap it up for him as he's going to go 2-1, and it will be a 4-way tie in this meta, which is super fun as a good practice to know that you built a pretty good team. Brownie probably bench some of these waters and maybe mix in maybe a Stunfisk, maybe bring his own Drapion as well. He has been boasting about Drapion to me with Alolan Raticate, so I'm excited to see how he adjusts and how his ranking's going to go when we get through this Pillar Cup for December and January. That's right. This is a 2-monther, don't forget. So get your tournaments in, not on the holidays, but maybe afterwards. That's going to wrap it up for me here at Battle Network. Please hit like and subscribe to the channel for more updates on the Pillar Cup and Devon Meta Grassroots, as we will be providing that insight for you here. Brown Baller and I usually do some ranked tournament go-throughs. I'll have a ranked tournament, so we'll have more on the Pillar Cup for you to do some research. It feels like this cup is more accessible than the last meta, so I'm very grateful to see this meta be played, and I'm very grateful to see what kind of tournament teams these battlers brought, because not one team was very similar. So I'm really grateful of that with this meta, and I'm excited to see what the 2 months bring. Thank you all for watching the Battle Network. I'm SosaFlow, and like always, keep on battling.